Hey, what's up, y'all? I'm Sasha Bayan, just playing around with a few sounds with the Axe FX, my favorite device ever for making sounds and exploring sounds and songwriting and just, I don't know, I love the device. I'm grateful to have been introduced to it. Right now, I'm just basically picked a preset, fifths in space, and was like, let's come up with an improvisation, let's play around. And that's where I get a lot of inspiration for what I play, both in Sitar world as well as in my songwriting world, which I'll share with y'all in a bit. Coming from a background that's much more classical and acoustic, studying classical composition, classical guitar, jazz guitar, Indian classical music, as well as different world music. Definitely there was a learning curve. You know, once I hiked that hill, once I hiked that mountain, it's like, oh wow, there's like so many cool possibilities compositionally that I've been able to enjoy and kind of serve as a bridge between that world that I came from that was much more acoustic to, I guess, the more, I don't even know what you'd call this world, like, you know, on a broader spectrum, it's like the digital electronic world. In addition to the amazing, crazy effects that you can get with or creative effects that you can get with presets like Fifths in Space or the planets or so many of these like pitch alteration effects. Those are honestly one of my favorite features of the Axe FX is being able to work with different like pitch placements and harmonic ideas, because it just opens up this whole world of like, oh, I play a note and I was like, oh wow, that's unexpected. What works with that? Anyways, so run-of-the-mill stuff, though, is usually more like enumerating ravens. It's like nice, clean sound with a subtle delay and a verb. I honestly use this effect almost exclusively for my sitar gigs, because it just does the job. Just like all the tone you need. It's awesome. It's incredible how much leverage you can get out of just one of the presets. And then, of course, there's the infinite depth of playing around with all the blocks and all the presets. A lot of love for what Fractal has made. It's definitely expanded my creative input and output. Snowfall has covered our bed. I looked out the window. I couldn't bear your silence. On the train back home, on the train back home, I begged you to stay here instead. I heard you slam the door. Silence when I need you most. Oh mon cœur, memories of you. Hiver à Montreux, it's our winter too. Fleur voyageur, a kiss in the sky, starting to blur my memories of you in winter Montreux. Swan of the lake, my fleur voyageur, a kiss in the sky. Death by 1,000 regrets. Once it falls apart, you can't patch a broken heart. I cried on your shoulder. Our love keeps growing colder, colder, colder. I love this effect. This has probably been one of my favorite effects to mess around with. I've customized it a little bit, but it originated from the planets, and just hearing this sort of, that dum dum dum, like I played it, I was like, whoa, that's cool. Single note, right? Single note was amazing, and then I was like, well, what about fifth? Like, oh, that's cool. Can I make chords out of it? Let's add a third. Like, that's pretty sweet. And it ends up making like one chord and then going to another chord. And then if you just take a third above that, was like, I think the way I conceptualize chords is often like in third relationships with one another, being almost synonymous. So I think it's super fun to just like play around with thirds, fourths, fifths relationships. Like here it's just one chord, major third above, sixth below, like, there's so much room that you can play around with that. I've loved that effect. And then arpeggiating the chords can give it a whole different feel too. I stare into the sun. My eyes were yearning to be one with you. All the stars and atoms of the earth would move, so I could run away with you. Just creates this awesome tapestry that you can play around with songwriting without having to orchestrate it all out on the DAW. And you already have just this like one snippet of so much texture going on already. It's super simple. Obviously, anybody can do like so much more than that, but just the tone. It's like, what more do you need, right? So this is going to be the next single after Wandering gets released. This one's called Gone. It's going to be released on March 8th, the last single before the record gets fully dropped. Yeah, I loved playing around with this one. Just like stacking fifths, again, against this pitched, arpeggiated line. All we had and all we were is gone. To learn and burn. The ones for each other. All we had and all we were is gone. Yeah, the decay is amazing. So much mileage out of the pitch blocks, the 2 pitch blocks that you can use to just throw your pitches everywhere. Amazing. I'm Sasha Bayan. I got a record coming out on March 22nd. A single of mine called Wandering is dropping today. Go check it out. All platforms. Anyways, thanks for hanging, y'all. This was a lot of fun. Super, super fun and grateful to be here on Fractal with Cooper. Like, come on. Thanks again, and see you soon.